Hey, what's up? It's me, Awesome Ali, and welcome back to another episode of the Wellness Wisdom Interviews right here. Rais and I just published the Wellness Wisdom book, and today we are going to be interviewing one of the authors in this book. Today we have a very special guest with us. Her name is Andria Barrett, and she is a pre-diabetes nutritionist, and she's going to teach you as an entrepreneur how to get more energy in your daily life so you can make more money with your business. So please help me give a warm welcome to our special guest, Andria Barrett. Woo!
Hey, awesome Ali, meet awesome Andrea. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. And how about yourself?
I am good. I am blessed. I am grateful, and I'm excited to be on your show. Thank you for the invitation.
You're most welcome. I am very excited to have you here with us today, and so is our audience. But before we even begin getting into the deep, diving into the questions, we always started off with this very first question, and that is, who are you and what do you do?
Excellent question. Who am I? My name is Andrea Barrett, and my clients call me the pre-diabetes nutritionist. So I am on a mission. My goal is to educate and teach everyone about the dangers of high blood sugar. Anyone in that pre-diabetes zone, my job is to educate them so they know how to lose a few pounds and lower their blood sugar so they beat type 2 diabetes.
Wow, 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 wow. So lowering your blood sugar, losing some weight so they can beat that type 2 diabetes. Amazing. So, quick question. So, what's the difference between type 2 diabetes and like normal diabetes that go around that you hear more often? Type 1, I believe, right?
Excellent question. Excellent question. So most people are familiar with diabetes. There's type 1 diabetes and there's type 2 diabetes. There is a certain area that is before diabetes, so it's called pre-diabetes. So it happens when your blood sugar is creeping up there. It's getting higher than it should be, but it's not quite high enough to be diagnosed as type 2 diabetes. So it's that, I'm going to call it that gray zone, but it's a danger zone. It's sort of like a flashing yellow light letting you know, caution, slow down, red light is coming. Red light being type 2 diabetes. So pre-diabetes is that stage where your blood sugar is getting too high, but not high enough to be fully diagnosed as type 2 diabetes.
All right, I got you. So it's like that. It's like you're going up, kind of with the roller coasters, right? That dun dun dun. You're going up just before you drop down with that type 2 diabetes. It's that little suspenseful moment, like watch out. If you keep going down this track, you're gonna get that dip, and you're not gonna like it. So
Exactly. Exactly. You want to catch people before they get to that type 2 diabetes diagnosis because there's a lot that we can do. And once you're headed on that path, we want to make sure you're getting the right habits, you're getting new recipes, you're learning to make little changes in your lifestyle that will prevent you from, I like your analogy, from going over the cliff.
yeah, amazing, amazing, and that's a great point that you. I like what you said was making those minor changes in their daily life, because I feel that when people hear the word diabetes, they get really scared. Oh my god, I got diabetes. What does this mean? How can I change? And when sometimes nutritionists or doctors say, "Oh, you got to cut this out, cut all the sugar out, get on the exercise," that can be intimidating to some people, right? So if you're
Absolutely.
very important role in catching that and helping them make those minor changes before they have to go to those extremes.
Exactly. And nobody likes extremes. I don't like extremes. It's all about making small changes. And what's amazing is simply by making small changes to your lifestyle, to your habits, to the food you're eating, the time of day you're eating it, you can make huge changes in your blood sugar and have a healthier, more productive lifestyle.
Amen. I guess let's give a clap for that, guys. Drop some hearts, drop some comments so we can ask Andrea here today. So, in your chapter in the book Wellness Wisdom, which, oh, if the light will allow, which you can get on Amazon, Andrea is in this book. In the first line of your chapter, it says you're leaving money on the table. What is this all about? What does that mean?
So I work with a lot of entrepreneurs and busy professionals, and to get the most optimum productivity one can get in a day, you need to feel good. If you are sleep deprived, if you're dehydrated, if you're sluggish, if you can't think as well as you normally should be able to think, you really are leaving money on the table. And that could be because your blood sugar is too high. You need to make sure you're getting enough sleep. There is a link between not getting enough sleep and how your blood sugar rises. If you're not properly hydrated, there are lots of things to drink. When you ask people, what have you been drinking? Show me your food diary. You will see a lot of sweetened drinks, a lot of coffees with double doubles or triple triples, a lot of fancy coffee drinks, a lot of juice. A lot of people think juice is really healthy and good for you. Fruit is healthy and good for you. Fruit juice, not so much. Filled with sugar. So I challenge everyone the next time they are drinking some juice or about to purchase some juice, simply turn the label over and look at the back. Look to see how many grams of sugar is in what you're drinking. Or if you're drinking a smoothie, I love smoothies, but my smoothies tend to be green. But even if your smoothies are green, if you're not making them at home with spinach and kale and almond milk or dairy-free milk or low sugar liquids, you may be in for a surprise. If you're purchasing smoothies outside of your home, be careful about how much sugar is going in it. If you're using fruit juice as a base of your smoothie, if you're putting a lot of bananas in your smoothie, it's a lot of sugar. So making sure that you're drinking fluids that are low in sugar. We all know water is your best friend, and making sure we drink enough of it. If you are not getting enough clean, healthy, pure water, you're drinking a lot of that sweet stuff and juices and sugared coffees and flavored this, that, and the other. You're really spiking your blood sugar, and it affects the way you perform. It affects the way you think. Therefore, you're not as optimal and productive as you could be, and you're leaving money on the table.
Wow, wow, wow. That's some gems right there. I remember when I was researching for an essay about sugar actually between fruit juices and pop, right? What pop it was actually yeah, it was about sugar. Let's just keep it right there. So when I was researching about fruit juices, that's one of the biggest like secret that people don't really understand is that when they actually do buy those, fruit concentrated drinks, when they read the back, it says a fruit concentrate or grape concentrate, make and they put it in. That's just a lot of pure sugar with a little bit of that natural, you can say, flavoring to it, but it's more of a sugar base. And even artificial sweeteners now, right, are also going in. So you have your Coca Cola, and then people also say Diet Coke now, but they don't really realize that instead of they remove the sugar, but instead add a probably worse artificial sweetener, right? So sometimes when people think they're making a healthier choice of Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi, actually probably taking in the same amount, just a different substance. Would you like agree or disagree with that?
Absolutely. Your best liquid really is water. And I wasn't a big water drinker when I was younger. Water wasn't what I wanted to drink. I was into soda and all that other stuff. But as you get older and you get wiser, you get smarter. But for those who are like me, you can jazz up your water. Some sliced cucumbers, some basil. I love the smell of basil. If you tear off a piece of basil and you rip it up, put it in your water, oh, it's great. Infused water. Get a big pitcher of water. Put your favorite herbs and spices in there. Cinnamon infused water. So it's just like making tea. Think of making boiling hot tea and putting it in a pitcher and letting it cool and putting it in the fridge. You can put cinnamon stick in there. You can put a bay leaf. You can put basil. You can put sliced oranges, cucumber, coriander, whatever you like. Go ahead and put it in the water. Like make your own fancy concoction as long as you're not adding any extra sugar. So a lot of people do that. They add basil, they add cucumbers, lemon, lime, oranges, they'll put some strawberries or blueberries, whatever you like, put it in there and just, zhuzh up your water.
It's funny that you mentioned that. Even I know this might be a shock for you. I went the other day to a 7-Eleven gas station and I purchased what flavored water, right, from that. And when I looked at the back, I was shocked to see that flavored water actually had 25 grams of sugar in it for a
Mm.
flavored drink of water that was actually carbonated too. So sometimes even with water now, especially because people are really craving it's what is it, salt, sweet, and fat, right? Those are the three things that people tend to crave the most. They're trying to
Yeah.
find some way to make put it in every single part of your life that you say, oh, let me go a little bit healthier too. Let me grab a water, a little bit of flavor, juice it up. You say, right? But now
That's
we'll read the
right.
back. You'll be shocked
That's right.
sometimes.
Yeah, well, good for you for going in and purchasing water or attempting to purchase water, and good for you for turning it over and reading the label. So I think it's important that everyone not get blindsided or enamored with the front of labels, which is what we do. That's what marketing is all about. They spend a lot of time and money on fancy colors and images and fonts and things to make it appealing. Pay no attention to what's at the front of a package or the front of a label. Turn that bad boy around and read the nutrition panel. Read the amount of sugar in your product. Read the amount of carbohydrates in your product. And of course, there's a wealth of information back there. You're going to see how much sodium, you're going to see how many calories, and you're going to also see an ingredient list, just like you saw when you turned it over. Your
Yes.
first ingredient should not be sugar. In fact, the first five ingredients should not be sugar because if it is, the way things are labeled now is by weight. If sugar is the first ingredient, that means sugar is the first ingredient in that product. If you're drinking flavored water, it should be natural flavor and water. You shouldn't be a whole long list of all sorts of chemicals and all sorts of other things. It should be simple.
Hmm.
There's a great book by Michael Pollan that said we really should eat food that our grandmother or our great grandparents would recognize. Water should be water with, some strawberries or blueberries or basil, some little flavor. That's what it should be. So buyer beware. Always turn your packaging over, read the back, check out the amount of sugar, the amount of carbohydrates, and read the ingredients.
Wow, I did not know that the back of a label they categorize it by weight. I did not know that. I thought they just put it, whatever it comes. But that's interesting. I never knew that it was classified by weight. So sometimes when you flip it over, you see sugar or corn syrup or whatever. That like different names for sugar. That's just
Mhm.
that's the majority of it. That's a shocker for me. I did not know that.
Yeah. And another tip, if you see something and you're unfamiliar if it's a sugar, typically if it ends in OSE, it's a sugar. So we know glucose, fructose, galactose, dextrose, those all end in OSE and are sugars. So whenever you're reading your ingredients, take a look and Google it if you have to, or Google it if you have to, and then you'll find out what it is. But watch out for those words. Watch out for sugar, corn syrup, and anything that ends in OSE. Sugar goes under so many disguises, so
Yeah.
buyer beware.
Wow, wow, wow. So, guys, if you are of our audience, if you're loving this, drop some hearts, drop some loves. Let us know that you are getting the gold out of here. Hello, Latifa. Hello, Haram from here. Mary Long's got a question as a comment. She said, "This is so helpful. Thank you, Absol, for publishing such worthy content. My father was diabetic and died. Thank you for educating the public. Bless you." So there you go, Andrew. You're shaping the world. You're an awesome person shaping our world.
Thanks. Hey, Mary. And Mary, I'm we have a lot in common. So I'm the daughter of a type 2 diabetic. I'm the granddaughter of a type 2 diabetic. So when I was younger, I was all about sugar and junk food and all that stuff that raises your blood sugar. But as a young person, watching your mom take all these medications and learning about diabetes, and then your grandmother, same thing, taking medication, learning about diabetes, and then it transitions from her taking medication to her now taking insulin, and then you're watching how they are feeling and reacting and performing. It was scary, and so you want to know. Mom has type 2 diabetes. Grandma has type 2 diabetes. Like, what is this? And does this mean I'm going to have it? So, like, as a younger person, a little fearful and scared because you're concerned. That is what mobilized me. Went back to school, read every book I could find, went to every trade show I could find, just so I could absorb and understand that it's not necessarily hereditary and it's something that we can control. Type 2 diabetes is really a lifestyle disease. There are things we can do. So it's not about losing weight for aesthetic purposes so you can be a size 2 or fit into your skinny jeans. It's about maintaining a healthy weight. And studies show that by losing, 5 to 7% of your body weight, exercising, so not, buying the latest fancy piece of gym equipment or, spending hours with a personal trainer at the gym. Simply walking, using your own body weight to do some exercises, making simple changes. So fruit juice and soda, switching that out for some water that's infused with all sorts of great things. Instead of eating a lot of starchy carbohydrate things, you're just swapping it out. So you're just making little changes. No one is saying never eat ice cream or birthday cake again. Hi, I like ice cream and I really like birthday cake, especially when it's my birthday. Still,
Oh, we lost your audio. We can't hear you anymore. Now we can't hear you. Oh no. We just lost you. Yeah. Can't hear you. Now you're on mute. This is going so well. It says you're on mute. Let's see. Oh, it says your mic isn't connected anymore. So that's probably why. But guys, if you oh, let's see. You might have. It says you have to connect your mic.
oh, am I
There
back?
we go. Yay, we're back. We're back. Woo!
Real life. This is real life, and this is live, and that was a technical difficulty.
Yeah, we are live, guys. This is not
Right.
scripted.
But what I was saying, it's just about small changes. Nothing drastic. You don't need to like completely clear out your pantry and your fridge and your freezer. Although I've been known to do things like that, swap things like that when I go visit people. Little changes. If you are a big pasta person, you want to swap out the regular pasta you're buying now for whole grain pasta. If you're a big bread person, you want to swap out, that the regular white bread or bagels that are made out of white flour for something a little more dense and filled with nuts and seeds and grains, and just start eating smaller portions and replacing it with more good vegetables. We don't eat enough vegetables, Ollie. When I talk to people about vegetables, they think broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots.
And
There's a
potato.
world. And
Yeah,
potatoes. There's a
yeah.
world of really delicious vegetables out there. You just gotta swap. Carrots, string beans, zucchini, bok choy. I encourage people to shop differently. Try different grocery stores or different parts of the grocery store. Try ethnic or international spices or ethnic or international vegetables,
Mm.
bok choy, okra, cabbage, like in different colors. Buy the red cabbages this time. Buy bell peppers. Don't buy the green pepper. Buy the red pepper or the yellow pepper or the purple pepper. Try different spices. You can do so much at home with different spices, different produce, different ingredients, and just start making smaller changes. And then you can do what you can to bring your blood sugar down. Same thing with exercise. It's not about running a
Yes.
marathon. It's about encouraging some exercise. We're very sedentary, especially now, as we are coming out of the pandemic. For the last 20 months, a lot of us have been not doing a lot of anything. We've been working from home. We haven't been moving or doing what we normally do. It's important to get up and down off the seat. You're doing some squats, you're doing some push ups on the wall or on the floor, you're going for a walk at a brisk pace, you're getting some fresh air, you're getting a full night's sleep, you're reducing the amount of stress. Those are all things that contribute to high blood sugar.
Wow, wow, wow. You're dropping some gold, some gems. You are just giving so much value right here. I love it. I love it. Right there. Just changing up your diet, focusing, going for those, 10, 15-minute exercises, right? Or if you've got the time,
Mhm.
go for the walk or do a quick hit exercise, right? If you're really just got that time,
Mhm.
do a hit high intensity interval training, right? So do some jumping jacks, push
Yep.
ups, squats, ooh, get a little sweat, right? That all helps.
Yep.
From what Andrew's saying, that all helps you to control your blood levels and take you out of that suspenseful moment before the drop into type 2, and you can retract back down and enjoy that life without having to fear about, oh, what's going to happen next, what do I have to take, right? You can enjoy your life a little bit healthier and stay, if you've got children, stay a lot longer around with them. So, Andrew,
Yeah,
we're on the halfway mark, so let's get right into your chapter. I know we were just talking, we are going with the flow right there between us, but I want to shine some light on your chapter and on you for the content that you put and the hard work that you put into this book. So, tell us what's the name of your chapter and give us like two, three sentences about what it's about.
sure. The chapter is called Healthier Body, Healthier Business, and I'm really proud to be a part of this book with such great authors. These are men and women who excel in their career, who are very passionate about helping people and transforming lives. So I'm excited that I had the opportunity to participate. And so when it comes to healthier body, healthier business, it's true, as I said earlier. When you feel better, you perform better, you think better, you're more productive, and you're operating optimally. It's about being properly hydrated. It's about eating food that nourishes you and gives you enough energy. So we find people these days, we are sleep deprived, we are dehydrated, we are
Yes.
stressed to the max, and as a result, we're not giving all that we can do professionally and personally. By making small changes, like what I had mentioned before, I'm talking small changes, increasing the amount of water that you're consuming, swapping out, not necessarily completely replacing, but swapping out some of the good food, bring all that good food in and those good choices, and then displace all of the bad stuff. You will feel better. When you feel better, you're going to have more energy and you will be able to get more work done in less time because you're going to be more productive. So that is what my chapter is about. It talks about pre-diabetes. It talks about some of the things that raise our blood sugar, some of the things you can swap out to reduce your blood sugar, and the steps you need to take to keep yourself even, stable, and balanced. And of course, I invite anyone who reads the chapter to connect with me. I have a great recipe for a dessert. It is a black bean brownie. So as I
Mm.
mentioned, it's not about deprivation. I have a sweet tooth and I'm a really big dessert person, making healthier choices. So anybody who likes chocolate, using instead of using flour, you can bake with chickpeas or you can bake with black beans. It's a great source of fiber and it's a great source of protein. So it's something that you can use to replace regular white flour, which makes your blood sugar go up like this. Beans keep you full and keep your blood sugar nice and stable. And I also in this chapter talk about some healthier alternatives. Most people don't know that if you add a little bit of vanilla or a little bit of nutmeg or a little bit of cinnamon, it naturally brings out the sweetness in some foods. So as
Mm.
you are learning to cut back on sugar, let's say you're baking, or let's say you like something sweet for dessert, slowly incorporate some of those spices or herbs that naturally bring out the sweetness. Vanilla extract, good. Cinnamon, nutmeg. So anybody who's like has a porridge or an oatmeal, instead of putting sugar or even maple syrup on top, simply adding a little bit of you can put all three, a little bit of vanilla, nutmeg, and cinnamon. That is good for you. Same thing with an infused drink. If you're not a big water fan, like I wasn't a water fan. Simply by putting a cinnamon stick in water and infusing it, let it sit
Mm.
overnight or for a couple of hours. When you drink it, it tastes a little sweet. There's no sugar in it. It's natural. And over time, you will not crave that sweet white sugar, refined sugar. You will begin to appreciate and enjoy the natural sweetness in fruits and spices.
Wow. That is amazing. I was just blown away by some of the things that you just said. Like, I'll shake my head, like, wow, I agree with this. This is amazing. Just like keep that nodding. Some people say like, oh, the nod is fake, but no, I'm like so into it. It's like everything that you're saying is like, oh wow, I didn't think of that. Like, black bean brownie that you said, right? I never thought beans and a brownie, right? You'd think nice,
Mhm.
sweet, nice icing on top here and there, maybe, or you think about if you've ever had those cosmic brownies before with that you could get at your superstore. It has little M&Ms and stuff, but that sounds amazing, right? And it's interesting that you're bringing this up because it all comes back to like you said. So you said your grandma had it, your mom had it, type 2 diabetes, right? And it comes down. You said it comes down to the food. Some people think it can be generational, but type 2, right? It comes down to the food and stuff that you eat. So it's really important to, like, mix it up and not have that constant refined sugar in your daily life, right? One other
Right.
thing is, I feel like there's a misconception out there that people think that sugar is what causes your blood, for you to have diabetes, but it's something else called like insulin, right? So could you kind of like explain that?
When you consume sugar, and so when we say consume sugar, it's not just like spoonfuls of table sugar. It's anything your body breaks down into sugar. So a candy bar, a donut, a bowl of pasta, ice cream, cookies, a muffin, anything that breaks down into sugar will raise the amount of blood sugar in your body. Our bodies were created magnificently with a hormone called insulin. So when our blood sugar goes up, insulin starts to release to bring blood sugar down. So you eat a muffin, your blood sugar raises. Your pancreas secretes insulin, it brings it down. It's sort of like an escort. The blood sugar is wandering around. Insulin is the escort to bring the blood sugar down. If you are eating too many foods that are high in blood sugar is going up, 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 up. There's only so much insulin. So your pancreas may come to a point where it cannot produce any more insulin. And if there's no insulin escorting the blood sugar down, the blood sugar is just going to keep building up in your body, up in your body. Some of the symptoms of diabetes is excessive thirst. You're just thirsty all the time because you just can't satisfy your thirst, and having to urinate often. So your blood sugar gets so high, you're just constantly trying to drink more water or drink more liquids and having to urinate. So there's insulin, which is the good guy or the good girl. Insulin is released from your pancreas to bring your blood sugar levels down. There are people who do not produce any more insulin. So without any insulin, the blood sugar is running rampant. Or there are people who are not producing enough insulin. Again, your blood sugar is running rampant. Or sometimes there is a disconnect in your body where insulin can't get to the blood sugar to get into your cells. So there's sort of havoc happening inside your body. The best way to treat this is to reduce the amount of sugar in your body, then you're not having to produce as much insulin. And we can do this by either combining food or meals a certain way or by reducing the amount of sugar that we eat. So again, you can have ice cream or pizza or pasta, but look for the whole grain choices and smaller portions. We really eat a lot of food. We don't need to eat that much pasta or that much pizza. Displace that with more vegetables. A big salad of things you like. Don't make a salad of things you don't like. Make a great salad. If you like great tomatoes and you like red peppers and you like cucumbers, that's your salad. Eat whatever it is that you like that is fresh and healthy and nice, and just have smaller portions of the other stuff. Smaller portions of pasta, smaller portions of pizza, or swap out some of the ingredients. Black beans in place of where you would use regular white flour, cinnamon, applesauce, stevia in place of where you would use regular white sugar. And of course, move your body. Dancing, walking, lifting. It's not necessarily cardio that helps when it comes to type 2 diabetes. It's weightlifting. It's any sort
Mm.
of muscle bearing exercise because that helps get the sugar into your cells. Cardiovascular exercise is excellent. It's great for your heart and it's great for your lungs and it's great to move. But actually, weight bearing exercise, lifting, squatting, pushing, carrying, that's why things like gardening or laundry or chores are great. You want to contract your muscles. It's important to contract your muscles.
Oh, that is interesting. I did not know that weight training is actually better for you. Well, if you have diabetes than cardio. That's interesting. So you see, everything kind of has their role. And like you said, it's amazing. Human body is like designed so perfectly, but yet so it's got some problems everywhere, and every little small thought that you think there's a little
Yeah.
problem that's coming up now, right? Because of the different refined things that we weren't necessarily evolved to be eating every single day, 24/7. And like you said,
Hmm.
but proportions, I agree with you so much on that. you may be cutting down the like you said, the pasta and like the grain, not the grainy stuff, but the more refined things, right? Maybe you have a sandwich and adding in those vegetables. Because me, like you said, I do not eat as many green vegetables as you should be eating. It was interesting that you brought that up because I remember I read something that said for kids today, 50% of their vegetables that they eat are potatoes, french fries, mashed potatoes, right? And we've turned to a beige diet, right? The
Yeah.
well, quote unquote beige diet where you have the macaroni and the cheese, the pasta, the burgers, the french fries, right? Everything that kind of has that yellow look to it. So adding in that the rainbow to it. I remember one nutritionist put it, adding in the rainbow, the blueberries and the greens and the red, like everything that you've been talking about, just adding in that variety that we should have. Like you said, would your grandparents recognize this if they were with you today? It was like, hey, what's this? Ah, yes, your great great grandparents, I should say, maybe. So to kind of
Yeah.
wrap this up, Andrea, you've been giving us some amazing content. I've been sitting here just like nodding my head because I'm learning so much from everything that you've been talking about. What are two of your favorite recipes, and then how can people get in contact with you?
Okay. So I love food, so I'm glad to talk about two of my favorite recipes. So one is this chocolate black bean muffin, which is so yummy and so easy to make. So if you have one of those high-powered blenders or just a regular, mixer, it's great to make. So it's made with black beans and there's maple syrup and there's cocoa powder, so the real good stuff. Love that. Delicious muffins. So email me, I'll send you that recipe. My other favorite recipe is chocolate avocado pudding. So notice that both of the recipes I'm talking about are desserts because you can have dessert. Listen, I eat dessert and my blood sugar is good. Chocolate avocado mousse. So, avocados, great source of fat, creamy and smooth and yummy. And then chocolate, who doesn't love chocolate? So, again, using cocoa powder, the real good stuff. And not a lot of equipment's needed for either of these two recipes. I make them both in a little blender. And I'd be happy to share any of these recipes with your viewers. The website is Healthier Body, Healthier Business. Healthier Body, Healthier Business. People can also find me at andreabarrett.com. Andrea with an I. My parents were special and they think I'm special. So it's Andrea with an I, Barrett.com. Connect with me at either of those two websites and I'll be happy to email you those so scrumptious and delicious chocolate recipes.
Amazing. One more time, is it healthier body, help your business, or healthier business?
Healthier body, healthier business. So once you have a healthier body, you're going to have a healthier business. So, and you can also find me at andreabarrett.com. That is Andrea with an I, AndriaBarrett.com. So please connect. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I'm all over. I'm on the socials. Got the socials. Or send me an email, and I'm happy to send you these recipes. And I look forward to meeting your viewers in person one day. And Ali, I look forward to meeting you in person one day.
Yes, I look forward to meeting you in person also. So, Andrea, thank you so much for joining me on this live today. Guys, remember to go pick up your copy of Wellness Wisdom right here. Andrea's in this, and she shares even more detail about your blood sugar, the ranges, about your food, exercises, looking out for those smaller details that we weren't able to cover here today. So make sure to grab yourself a copy of this Wellness Wisdom. It is on Amazon, and guess what? It was actually a number one Amazon bestseller for in the holistic health wellness category. So let's give Andrea a round of applause for that. Andrea, once again, thank you so much for joining me. This has been another episode of Wellness Wisdom Interviews, and it was presented by APSO. Awesome people shaping our world. Remember, you are awesome, and you can make the world a better place. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.